All right. Hello, everybody.
Hey, let's go.
How are you? Thank you so much for being out here today as we celebrate this really important milestone in our project for the Opportunity Center, and to be able to have the city out here investing in our community is such an important day. We want to start our presentation by first having our board chair come in and give a few remarks. So Rick Bransma, our chairman of our board.
Thank you, Rachel. So on behalf of my fellow board members, Eva Garcia, Leo Rubio, Joe Samuel, Sandra Cana, Sir Jimenez, and Mikkel Wood, it's my pleasure to welcome you here today. For almost 50 years, La Familia has been helping disadvantaged members of the Sacramento community improve the quality of their lives through a variety of services, including mental health counseling, job training, parenting education, and other modes of social and economic assistance. And most recently, the site has served as a COVID testing and vaccination center. Through the years, we've benefited from the support of governmental agencies at all levels, local, state, and federal, and from partnerships with both nonprofit and for-profit entities, proving the words of La Familia's motto, "Together we can." The need for our services has never been greater, so today we're especially grateful to Mayor Steinberg and the Sacramento City Council for their $2 million investment in the Opportunity Center to be constructed across the street. When completed, the center will house much-needed job training programs, particularly in the community health and green energy sectors. These pay well and will provide our participants with a solid economic foundation. We also envision the center housing a community health clinic and a financial services center, both of which are greatly needed in this underserved neighborhood. As in the past, many of the services here will be provided in conjunction with various community partners. One partner whose support has benefited La Familia over the years is the Latino Economic Council, and it's now my privilege to introduce Jim Gonzalez from the council.
Thank you so much. Jay Chenier just told me no more than 1 hour, so I'll just cut it down to about 45 minutes. So the Latino Economic Council of Sacramento was formed to create a voice throughout the Latino community, but not only the Latino community, the communities that make up the beautiful tapestry of neighborhoods that are Sacramento. And we've been pleased to work with an amazing amount of great leaders. I see Caroline Cabillas, who is really the anchor of our group and always insists on good data. And when we talked about the Opportunity Center, she goes, "Where's the data?" Well, she helped put together the data, and we presented it to folks like Councilman Eric Guerra and Alejandro Cabrera, who's here. But at the end of the day, this is the district of Jay Chenier, and he has been the advocate for small businesses, for families, for students, for parents, for teachers, for 20 years. And as Jay Chenier concludes his time on the City Council, it is really a singular honor for the Latino Economic Council of Sacramento, myself, to introduce our councilman, the one and only, the fantastic, the illustrious Jay Chenier.
I'm thinking I can't retire now. I'm really excited to be here today, and I want to say a couple things. One, no community-based organization in our region does more and better work than La Familia. They're such an yes, please go ahead. They're such an institutional part both of this neighborhood and of our larger community. This is how we will succeed in the long run, with organizations like La Familia who can do the work, don't need the credit, but continue to expand. When the pandemic came, it just showed how they also rise to another level through the vaccinations that they did, through the testing that was done here. No one had to ask. It was just done, and this became a vaccination clinic or a stop along the way. So thank you. And then again, when there was a strike in Sac City Unified School District, we called Rachel and said, we're looking for places to put young people because they can't go to school right now and their parents need to work. they had already started the work. It wasn't us saying, please go do it. The work was underway to make sure that young people had a place to be that was safe, that was positive, where they can continue learning. What we're looking at across the street is just the continuation of that work. I'm very excited about it, and Rachel, you have my commitment as a volunteer to keep working on this. I think this is such an opportunity. Thank you. For whatever that's worth. But you know, I know I will soon be the person who used to be Jay Chenier on the city council. But it's such an opportunity because good jobs mean better wages, mean less displacement, mean better housing. All of the challenge that we have originates because people don't have the jobs. And if we can provide the training that people need to have high quality jobs, we are way ahead of the ball game. So I'm excited about this. And I know that my colleagues on the council, Eric Guerra, who I know has worked so hard for so long, supporting this organization as well. And also, it's my now honor to introduce our mayor, who is the one behind the scenes, in many cases, making sure that this $2 million got in the right place and is going to soon be in the right hands to do the right work. So please help me welcome Mayor Daryl Steinberg.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much. This is a very, very happy day in the city of Sacramento. And I want to thank and acknowledge you, as well as Councilmember Eric Guerra, for being the driving forces from the city side to ensure that we are consistently investing in the people of South Sacramento. I also want to recognize a couple other elected officials who are here who work day in and day out to do just the same. Dina Lefkowitz, who may be related to Jay Chenier, but on her own is the newly elected county school board member. Chinua Rhodes, who is here in his daytime capacity as the director of the mayor's office of civic engagement on himself in South Sacramento. I want to recognize Michael Jasso, who is our lead on economic development within the city of Sacramento. You know, Jay, I thought you said it beautifully about the role that La Familia plays in our community. Rachel, you and your board, I mean, it's as simple as this. When there is a community challenge and we ask ourselves, who are we going to ask to help us as a city to deliver on a vital mission to help the community? First on the list is always La Familia. It's based on reputation. It's based on commitment. It's based on caring. It's based on inclusion. And so when Rachel and the board and Jim Gonzalez and Caroline and the Latino Economic Council organized and said, investing in this opportunity is a crucial community priority, I knew as the mayor that it was my job, together with Jay and Eric, to come up with the dollars and to help make this happen. And when we had that opportunity in the mid-year last year with significant one-time surplus to put a couple $1 million into seeding the Opportunity Center, there was only one answer, and it was yes. And I could not be happier about that decision on behalf of our entire city and our community here in South Sacramento. This represents what happens when the community organizes, when the community insists on change, and when you have a true partnership between community leadership and your elected officials. And what's happening in the city in real time, even though we may not be able to see it unless we take a breath and look back for a moment, is the city is changing in real time and in fundamental ways, and sometimes obscured by the fact that we have so many challenges, of course, and no one investment is going to cure all of the ills in our city. But in real time, the role of the City of Sacramento is fundamentally changing. No longer are we just a direct service provider. That's an important part of what we do. Now we are a direct investor in our communities, especially our communities that for far too long have been left behind. You know, Jay, especially Jay, you know, has been advocating for decades that we must invest more in young people. Well, that hasn't happened enough, but I'm telling you, this investment in the Opportunity Center, what we're going to do in November on the ballot, what we are going to continue to do to invest in South and North Sacramento, especially on our young people, this is just the beginning. It is not the end. The city is not going backwards. We're going to continue to define and redefine our priorities to include direct investment in communities, not just providing the direct services. And so this is very, very meaningful for our city today. And I cannot wait for our great friends in the banking industry to help us out here, to make sure that we can finance this, that we can break ground, and we can build this beautiful new center. This is the first of many celebrations around the Economic Opportunity Center, and whether I'm in this office or not, I'm going to be here with a shovel and with a big smile on my face to help you celebrate. Let me now turn it over to Rachel Rios, to Alejandro Cabrera. Thank you. From Councilmember Guetta's office for a few words. Alejandro?
Viva Darrell Steinberg!
Thank you.
Viva Darrell Steinberg!
Sam. Unfortunately, he couldn't join us today. He's over at the legislature working on a couple of bills addressing senior housing. But I'm here to deliver the following statement on his behalf, as this is an important day for him, for the city, the region, and the community. Today is a notable day as we do right by the South Sacramento community with an initial investment towards the Opportunity Center, a central location where community feels at home and is able to receive workforce and training opportunities to get ahead is critical more now than ever. The recent pandemic, where from the beginning infection and death rates have disproportionately impacted disadvantaged communities, highlighted the need for community assets that provide effective communication and skills that foster trust with families from diverse backgrounds. Aside from labor dynamics, access to reputable information, language barriers, access to care, and culturally sensitive information were some of the prevalent reasons why our community was disproportionately impacted. The Opportunity Center will centralize community health and workforce development efforts and create a center of hope and opportunity for community members in South Sacramento. South Sacramento deserves more investments in projects like these, more opportunity and more economic success. That is the real American dream that many working families are seeking, and that is what the Opportunity Center provides. If we don't provide the jobs and opportunities for working parents now, we won't have opportunities for kids. If someone from South Sacramento, like my own single mother, can walk into a place like this, access high-paying jobs, or start their own business, that is something that South Sacramento needs. That is something that our entire region can be proud of. Thank you to La Familia, Rachel Rios, for her determination to bring this critical resource to our community, my council colleagues, the mayor, and all of our community stakeholders, like the Latino Economic Council for the engagement on the advocacy and success of this project. And now I have a few words in Spanish on behalf of the council member for speaking family members at home. I'll be quick. Buenas tardes. El concejal Eric Guerra no pudo estar hoy en día con nosotros, pero voy a dar la declaración por parte de él, ya que este es un evento importante para él, para nuestra comunidad y para nuestra ciudad. Hoy es un día notable, ya que hacemos lo correcto para la comunidad del sur de Sacramento, con una inversión inicial para la apertura del Centro de Oportunidades de la Familia. Un recurso donde la comunidad se sienta como en casa, pueda recibir servicios de salud y las oportunidades de capacitación para salir adelante es fundamental ahora más que nunca. La pandemia reciente, en las que las tasas iniciales de infección y mortalidad han afectado de manera desproporcionada a las comunidades desfavorecidas, destacó la necesidad de recursos comunitarios que brinden comunicación efectiva, con habilidades que fomenten la confianza con familias de diversos orígenes. Además de la dinámica laboral, el acceso a información confiable, las barreras del idioma, el acceso a la atención médica fueron algunas de las razones por qué la comunidad latina se vio afectada de manera desproporcionada. El Centro de Oportunidades de la Familia centralizará los esfuerzos de desarrollo de salud, la fuerza laboral de la comunidad y creará un centro de esperanza para nuestra comunidad. El sur de Sacramento merece más inversión en proyectos como este, más oportunidades y más éxitos económicos. Si alguien del sur de Sacramento, como mi propia madre, puede entrar a un lugar como este y acceder a oportunidades laborales o iniciar su propio negocio, eso es algo que el sur de Sacramento necesita y algo que nuestra comunidad puede estar orgullosa de este proyecto. Gracias. Y ahora, now I'll introduce Rachel Rios.
No, I'm gonna-
Oh, perfect. Go ahead. Yes,
Thank you. I get this privilege here. We have many, of course, demands on the city resources and a lot of worthy causes. But here's what I've learned in my 5.5 years as mayor. Always find a way to say yes to leaders who are championing children and families. Always find a way to say yes to passionate advocates who dedicate their lives to children and families. Always say yes to Rachel Rios.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Thank you so much to our board. We have a couple of our other board members over here. Please give our board a round of applause, because without their support, we wouldn't be able to do this. To our officials, our local officials, thank you, Jay, Vina, Eric, thank you so much. And to our Latino Economic Council, who really championed this, Caroline, I know we have Jim, and I think we have some other members out here as well. Alice, so many people, our partners, I think as Rick was talking about our motto, together we can, juntos podemos, it's written on our wall at our main site here. And it is a collaboration. We can't do anything alone. We have so many wonderful partners here at this center. Here you can see the different diversity of different organizations that are here, because that's what happens when we come together. We're able to make things happen. So to all of our partners, I really need to take a moment to thank our staff, because our staff are what make our programs happen. You can't import that kindness, that desire to help your community, and that is something that La Familia exudes. So our managers, please raise your hand, because we owe you a debt of gratitude. And we couldn't have gotten to this point without some very key partners. F&M Bank, who believed in our vision and gave us the loan so we could buy the property. Thank you to F&M Bank. John Haskell over there, who took on this project and helped us with our original center our main center back many years ago. And Tim Matthias, who's not here, our architect, who designed these beautiful prints. Please take a look at them, and worked with us tirelessly to continue to change the design many times to make sure we could get that price into something that was acceptable for everyone. So really, it has taken a lot of people being involved to be able to make this is the first step, to make it to this first step. I just want to say, when we talked about services, if you look over there, you will see about 100 kids getting summer lunch right now. You will see about 40 people getting GED and ESL classes. This is a hub, and you can imagine how much more services we'll be able to provide when we open that center over there. So we are so excited, so thankful and grateful. This is, as the mayor said, the down payment, right? This is the down payment, okay? So more to come. I do want to say that we knew that once there was a commitment, there would be other commitments that follows. Our Congresswoman has committed to be able to find resources. Our county supervisor is looking for those resources. And we know our council member is still looking for resources. So it's going to take a little bit more, actually a lot more, but we are confident that we are going to get there very soon because we've outgrown the space and we need that opportunity center. Our community deserves to have an anchor spot in this area that to be able to bring that resilience back to our communities. So thank you so much for being here. I think we have a special presentation now.
We're just gonna get close.
Yeah.
We're gonna move over there.
And if we dropped it, it would not bounce.
Whoa!
What it's all about.
Caroline, get in here.